Hey everyone, I hope you're having a good day so far. I wanted to hop on here and talk about something that I think will help some of you, if not all of you. But when we are thinking about our life big picture and we are maybe going through a difficult time or going through a hard season or not, it's interesting to see how our values change over time and what that even means. And so I wanted to dive into that a bit today because I think it's helpful, especially when we're like having to do transitions and walk through different things. And it just seems like this year has been a lot of transitions for everybody and multiple transitions. And so I know some of us can be feeling lost in the shuffle, feeling a little overwhelmed or underwhelmed with life, feeling confused or frustrated or aggravated, a whole host of things. And so I think this subject is worth talking about because I know in my own life it's been super helpful to know or to come back to this place of really taking stock in what I value as a person and what matters to me, because everyone's life is subjective, and really your perspective of your life is so different than my perspective about life because we have different experiences and we're different people and we value things differently. And so I wanted to talk about that a bit today because your values are really the things in your life that you hold yourself. You uphold them in your life. They're like your standards, your baseline standards for life. And just like with opinions, everyone has one, and we all have different values and a different hierarchy of those values. So y'all may have heard of things like the 5 love languages, or there's a bunch of assessments, I guess you could call them, of how you internalize or externalize things in your life. And we all have different coping mechanisms and different ways of adjusting to our experiences. And so that's kind of the same vein of values. I value my relationship with God. I spend a lot of time in putting into that relationship. I value quality time. Quality time is one of my love languages. And so me having time with my loved ones is super important for me to feel content and joyful and grounded, and to feel like life is in a happy place, I guess you could say. For some people, it's doing art or painting or music. For some people, it is, doing things like reading or learning. And some people value friendships over, work. And so work is just a means to their life. It's not something that they want to be known for, where other people really value responsibility and a certain title or certain level of income. And so their job is very important to them. Their work is very important to them. And they spend the majority of their time working because it's a passion. Or, everyone has different passions and interests in all these things. And so they all shape and mold too. What I valued as a child or a young adult is different now as a mother and a wife. And so all these things can change. And how it impacts our life is, there will be seasons where you're feeling less excited about your day. You're not excited about getting up in the morning. You're not excited about going to your job, or you're struggling in your relationship. And it just seems like every time you have a conversation, it's difficult or bitter or resentful. And we get caught in these seasonal things about our life. And what I found from my own experience is a lot of the time it comes down to my values being out of whack, or me not giving the time and the attention to things that I truly do value. So like maybe it is quality time, but you are, saying yes to 1,000 different things. Your job has a lot of responsibility right now. It might be like a busy season. And so this time and this expectation, subconscious expectation you have on yourself to spend time with loved ones and your friends isn't happening. And so you feel isolated and lonely and probably depressed about that. So it takes effort to be in tune to what you value in your life and making sure those elements are part of your daily walk and recognizing what you do value, because we can get caught in the trap of living the life that we've built for ourselves and we've built around the expectations that we've created. And so we are like living this life that really isn't in line with what we value. So maybe you have a very demanding job, but maybe your job isn't exactly what you want to be doing. And so you have this like built up resentment about going to your job every day because it doesn't align with what you value. Yeah, maybe for some people that job would be perfect and great and meet their needs, but for you, it's missing the mark. And sometimes it just takes us recognizing what isn't part of our daily life or what is not part of our normal routine, and why that matters to us. Like, why is that bothering me? Why is it bothering me that I'm spending 80 hours of 80 hours at this job doing this thing, when really what I value is like, I don't need this big house or this expensive car. I'd rather just have, quality time with loved ones and not have the burden of making these extra payments. And you reassess what really matters to you and what you really want out of life. And we get caught in our daily routine and the mundaneness of what's going on, and we don't give that type of reflection the time it deserves, because before you know it, a year has passed and you're totally miserable, or several years have passed and you're wondering, why did I never go and do this or try this? And so we get in a trap of not living out what we truly do value. And what we value is part of our story, is part of our experiences. And like I said, they can change. And so maybe in your younger years, you valued, this one thing that you spend a lot of time doing, but now it doesn't really make sense. And the only reason you've been doing it is because it's become a habit to your life, but it doesn't really add any value to it. So it's important that we really are in tune with aligning with our values. Like, do we value our relationship with God? Do we value having quality time? Do we value, this passion project that we're working on and all this stuff? Or do we value, time with our kids and having building family memories, and just a litany of things? It can be so different because we're all in different walks and seasons in our life. And it's important that we get back to the root of who we are. Like, what really does matter to us? Does the materialistic part of our life override a lot of things that shouldn't be having such a stronghold on us? How can we let go of that? And really evaluating that and assessing that really helps us stay in alignment. We hear that term a lot. Be in alignment with who you are. As a Christian, my alignment comes from being in alignment with the Lord and what He deems as valuable, because I know that the truth of what His Word says is the truth over my life, and that truly is what's going to bring me happiness. It's not going to be, all these extra things, extracurricular activities, or all these extra, ancillary things. I just keep saying things, but for all of us it's different. Putting your kids in all the sports and having to run around and do that all week, or going on family hikes, or spending time outside, or spending time with friends, slowing down your pace of life so that you can enjoy things like reading, like sitting down and having time to read your Bible, read a good book, listen to music. So there's so many things that infiltrate our daily life, infiltrate our mindset, take away from what actually does matter to us. And that's why we have to be conscious of this. That's why we have to be consciously aware of what we're doing in life and where we're spending our time. And the greatest assessment is to think about, like, what do you do in your spare time? And when you think about that, you're really showing to yourself what you're valuing right now. And sometimes it's not things that you truly value. Sometimes you're just stuck binge watching a show. And before you know it, you look up and like 4 hours of your day is gone just because you decided to sit down and like binge watch a TV show. So it's really important that we give the time to the things that we truly do value, to feel that more balanced life, to feel more in alignment with who God says you are and what you value as a person. And when we're doing that and we're making conscious effort towards that and putting in energy towards that, we feel so much better about what's going on. We have such a more clear lens to see our life. It's like, I'm getting hung up on this thing or this argument I'm having with this person or the comparison I'm having against this person or whatever it is. And if when you pause and take a step back, you can really think about, well, do I even value that? Like, do I even care that this person has XYZ, or do I even care that this, why am I arguing about this with this person? Does it really matter? Is the big picture there? And so when we are focused on what we truly do value in life, it gives us a much freer way of looking at our daily life and giving us the chance to just have joy in our heart for what we have, because most of the time what we do value in life we have in front of us, and we don't have to go looking for it anywhere else. And that's especially true as a Christian and having a relationship with God. The contentment and the joy that he brings to our life is unmatched. And so if we give ourselves that chance to really think about what we love and we value and what matters to us, it frees us up from feeling this pressure that society puts on us, or ourselves that we put on ourselves, and the expectations that we build up in our mind of what a good life is or what a good day is. When we can separate that and step back and think, okay, well, that might be a good day to them, but it doesn't mean that's a good day to me, and I don't have to live up to what they're doing. Comparison is a thief of joy. And so I found for myself that when I really take stock in what I value as me, as the person that I am, and I stick to those values, like, the rest is just part of my story, and I don't have to be caught up in it. And the circumstances of so much other stuff going on doesn't have a stronghold on me, or doesn't make me have a bad day all of a sudden. It really just keeps me in a state where I am mindful about what's going on and aware of what I value, and just stay true to that. And it gives me such a much more lighthearted approach to my day-to-day life. And so if you're feeling overwhelmed, or you're feeling more negative in a certain respect in your life, whether it has to do with a relationship, a job, your home life, whatever, your health, really step back and say, well, what do I really value? And are those values playing out in my daily life, or are they not? Am I not giving them the amount of energy and time and focus I need to give to them so that I have that balance in my life? And it really just comes down that we're not going to have perfect balanced lives, but it's also important that we do try to pursue a balanced life, because it keeps us from falling into the negative too much and being consumed by everything going wrong in our life, and only having the eyes to see the bad and not the good. And we get caught in that trap pretty easily, especially in the day and age that we live in, and the things that we're having to walk through in this season. So I hope you guys can take a moment and write it down on a sheet of paper, or type it out in your notes in your phone. Like, what are the main core things that you value in life? And think about your daily life and how those are matching up. And if they're not, what can you do to change it? How can you have more margin in your day to, allow yourself to go on a walk outside? If being outside in nature always brings you joy, and you haven't done that in 2 weeks, well, you're probably feeling less than joyful. So wake up earlier, or go to bed later and go for a walk after dinner. Figure out how you can fit in the things that you do value in your daily life, because you don't know how much time you have left. So don't wait until, next month when I'm not as busy, I can start then. No, start now, because you can. We all have a way of making our days joyful here and now and in the present. And a lot of it has to do with just being mindful of where you're at in life and what you're valuing and what you're giving your time and your energy to. So if you can evaluate that and take notice of the things that you're not allowing in your life that you do need, like that extra family time, or taking care of yourself health-wise and exercising or going outside, or having an understanding of a work-life balance. And maybe you've been working too much, or maybe you haven't been working enough, and so you're feeling the pressure of that. So there's so many different components to our daily lives, but there is a way that you can work your mindset around balancing all of it, so that you can go through your day, and at the end of your day think, that was a good day. That was a good day. And for all of us, it's going to look a little bit different, because we all value things a little bit differently. And that's part of being understanding of yourself and taking the time and the attention it deserves to make your life more full. So I hope that was encouragement to you guys. Write down what you value, see where you're leaving some things on the table and not making them part of your day, and change that. Work on changing that. Have a good one. Bye for now.